Zaporizhzhia, Ukraine. We meet Yulia in the early hours of the morning. The sunny autumn air has sharpened and we all wish to bring warmer jackets. It is coordinator of emergency and rescue services of Ukraine and is responsible for distributing help to villages where normal life has been destroyed. Organized but sanguine. We are clearly not the first media team. A good clock takes a good time forward. Signs of war by the kilometer. The more civilian and military vehicles are accelerating. We arrive at aid distribution center. Fire station with linoleum roof. An old fire department and new ambulance as central parts. A small crowd consisting of the peasants gathered. Before the war, Orikhiv was a town of 14,000 people. Now he lives only hundreds of. Elderly men and women are gathered at a small talkative knot. The dam is not intense. Proximity of the conflict occasionally reminds Russian shells buzzing regularly. Small crowds with bread and bottles of water disintegrates. Leaves as good-natured as they come. But the nuts. Most slow bikes. After street. Building is shattered after building. Roofs were shattered. Doors and windows were left open to upcoming colds. Far. Old but flexible inhabitants. Repairing their best. Singular voice on a wooden of hammer that folds what they can't do. We follow a fire tender for delivering water to a nearby house. Empty barrels wait to be filled by the open door. A beautiful woman shouts both us and the firefighters. Complains that she is never enough, that the presence of journalists will bring an attack on her family. Firefighters begin to fill the barrels. Do their best to ignore it. But they are local volunteers who look at local people. And discomfort is evident. His anger could not mask despair in voice when his house was destroyed at beginning of war. And he has lived in basement of disabled husband and others since then. Before the next location. We pause a little before the next position. Yulia quickly tear off an apple and close the helmet once. Then we go from the aid center. While a 9-meter wide and 3-depth crater took backyard occupied by center. Sugar-free grapes did not stay from cage hanging. He got fee of living. You live. But hard for the soul. We had a life here. Or he says. Next to house. White marked trails from traces of tanks stretch along Tarmacked road. An APC. Military van with tire slowly extinguishes opposite direction slowly. The exhausted soldiers in back look at us empty way. While walking on deserted streets looking for good place to attract our piece to the camera. We encounter intersection. We come across abandoned church with pointed in corner. Influence us. The savagery of graduates who closed from a battery pays us attention to the return fire of coming and packaging. At a door on other side the road. A gang of sparrows unaware destruction. Tweet and mix each other for position. We go to the minibus passing through a town skeleton. Burned.